Good evening.
Hello, friends. Look who joined me today.
Hello.
So I picked up my Vraylar. Okay. Sometimes I call it Vraylar. Most of the time I call it Vraylar. So I picked that up today, and I was reading through the information for it. And I mean, holy shit, guys, there's a lot of information that came with this. I mean, all that came with it. And most of it is your standard what to do if you miss a dose, what real allergic reactions to look for, and things like that. But the side effect list is, okay, it starts here, goes all the way down, and all the way to there. That's all the side effects. And wow. But you should always read that stuff, because I'll tell you, one time I was taking a medicine called Compazine. It's for nausea, because I had a really bad stomach flu. And this was way back in high school, and we didn't read the pamphlet that came with it, but it turned out I was allergic to it, and I had what was called a dystonic reaction. And basically what happened was I lost control of most of my face. I was still able to talk, but not very well. And my tongue swelled up, and then my neck, my head got literally stuck like this. And I told my dad what was going on. It started out actually kind of amusing. I was watching a movie with my boyfriend at the time, and I started smiling, and I couldn't stop. And I'm like, why am I smiling? Because I was miserably sick, so I had no reason to smile. And then the head thing started, and I went to my dad after my boyfriend went home. I went to my dad and told him what was going on. And he said, you're probably just having a muscle spasm. Just go ahead and lay down. You'll be fine. Well, by the time my mom got home from work that night, which was about 11:30 to midnight somewhere, my head was like this, and it was stuck, and I could not move it at all. So I went down, and I told my mom what was going on. And my mom was one of those ones, her mom was a nurse. So my mom grew up with a nurse as a mother for her whole life. So my mom is very much into doctors, making sure everything's okay, especially since I've never really been healthy, so she was used to taking me to doctors anyway. Well, she took one look at me doing this, and she told me to touch my chin to my chest, and I couldn't, and she repeated herself. She's like, touch your chin to your chest, and I'm like, I can't. And she was on the phone with one of her friends, and she goes, I have to take Cathy to the emergency room now, bye, and hung up on her friend. And they took me to the ER, and we still didn't know what was going on because we didn't read the pamphlet. Had we read the pamphlet, we would have known a lot sooner than we did that I was having an allergic reaction to the Compazine. Well, we went to the ER, and the doctor and nurse asked what prescriptions I was taking at the time, and my mom told them Compazine. And it turns out the allergy to Compazine is so rare that they didn't know how to treat it right away. They had to look it up. But they knew, as soon as my mom said Compazine, they knew that was the reason that I was having the dystonic reaction. At the time, we didn't know what a dystonic reaction even was. And, hi, kitty. So anyway, they looked it up, and funny enough, the way to treat it is just an IV straight of Benadryl into my system. And my neck was so stiff that they had me laying on the gurney in the emergency room on the bed, and my head was actually lifting up the first half of my body, my upper area, off the mattress because my head would not loosen up. My neck was stuck. So they gave me the IV of Benadryl, and my mom said it was so funny. I don't remember this. I'm just going by what my mom told me. I guess I was like this, and then Benadryl hit my system, and I just went, oh, like that. My neck loosened up like that. And they were like, okay, so she's no longer going to take Compazine, and they gave me a prescription strength Benadryl to take for the next, 2 weeks. And I tell you what, had we read the pamphlet, we would have known immediately that I was having an allergic reaction. Because we came home that night at about 2 in the morning, and we read the pamphlet that came with the compazine, and every single symptom that I had from the reaction was listed as go to the ER right away if this starts. And everything I had was on that list. And I remember my dad, and my poor dad felt so bad because he dismissed it as a muscle spasm, and he was, kind of dismissive of it. And he felt so bad when he got home because, he just told me to, lay down. He didn't think to take me to the emergency room. He was not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not considering.
I don't know.
He didn't even think that it was allergic reaction to compazine. Nobody did because we didn't read the pamphlet. So that's why you read the pamphlet.
Yep.
So David here.
Yep.
Has been going through one hell of a depressive episode.
Yeah.
It's been about, 2 weeks now?
Something like that.
Maybe almost even 3?
I've kind of lost track.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that? What do depressive episodes look like in your manifestations?
See, they depend. Because a lot of people, when they get depressive episodes, they tend to sleep a lot. Well, with me,
it's different for everybody.
Sleep is irrelevant to me. Because sometimes I sleep a lot, sometimes I don't. It tends to look more... I tend to more like just not really care about what's going on, or...
You become very apathetic.
And lethargic.
And lethargic.
Yeah. I basically get to the point where I don't play video games, I don't talk to people, I just kind of huddle into myself and just close a barrier around myself and just don't care.
Some of the classic symptoms. You lose interest in what you're doing, you lose energy.
Yep.
You do tend to have some meltdowns when you're like this.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I'll admit to it.
He has meltdowns. I have meltdowns. We all have meltdowns.
Yeah.
So. What else does it do to you? Itchy nose?
Yeah.
That's not a depressive episode.
No.
That's...
It really drags me down, and I don't know.
How do you feel physically?
Lethargic.
Do you ever feel like your chronic pain gets worse? Because you do have chronic pain.
Oh yeah, I do. I know I have chronic pain.
Yeah.
It's my knee mostly, but...
Yeah, your knees have degenerative arthritis.
Yeah.
And your back sometimes. Sometimes too.
That just depends upon how I weigh or something. I don't know.
Well, one thing I've noticed about you during your depressive episodes is you get a lot more headaches.
Oh, yeah.
You get a lot more headaches.
Yeah.
When you're in a depressive episode.
Yep. And I don't know. I just ride through it.
You just do this.
Yeah. I don't really...
And getting him to talk about it is like pulling teeth with a pair of left-handed kindergarten scissors.
That would sound painful. Could you imagine just cutting at the gums with that? Ow.
Well, either way, I'm saying you're very stubborn about talking about your...
I'm pretty stubborn in general.
You are. Of course, I am too.
Yeah, you're worse than me.
Oh, yeah. I am my mother's daughter.
Yeah.
My mom, if there's one thing she can be, it's stubborn. And so when I take the Vraylar, I think what I'm going to do is take Benadryl with it, just in case, because Benadryl helps with a lot of different types of allergies, including many medicinal allergies. And so I'm going to... And Benadryl doesn't make me tired like it does most people because I'm so used to taking it that my body doesn't get tired with it anymore. It hasn't for years. So, because a lot of people will be like, oh, don't take Benadryl because it's going to make you sleepy. Well, I already was warned that this Vraylar might make me sleepy for the first few weeks that I'm taking it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people would probably be very concerned that I'm going to take Benadryl too. But the Benadryl's not going to make me sleepy. I take Benadryl every morning, usually 1 or 2 more times throughout the day. And diphenhydramine, HCI. That's the generic name for Benadryl. That's what we take as generic. We never buy name brand drugs. All you're paying for is a name.
Pretty much.
You're paying for a brand name, that's it. They're all the same. So we usually save money by buying store brand.
Yep.
Generic brand. And you can actually go on Amazon and get medication like in bulk. And we do that. We get bulk pain reliever, usually acetaminophen or Tylenol. And we get bulk Benadryl. So I picked up the Vraylar today. I'm gonna start it tomorrow morning. And we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
I will be taking Benadryl with it. Right now they started me on the lowest dose, which is 1.5 milligrams. And they're just going to work their way up because of how sensitive my body is to certain medications. They wanted to start me out on a low dose. So that way, if I do have a reaction, it won't be that bad. But I read through all the information. I know what to look out for. So yeah, that's about it. That's all there is with us.
Yep.
So. What should you do?
What do you mean?
To help. That was a weird noise.
That was a cat.
What are you? Hi. Our cat is very vocal.
Mm-hmm.
So what are some things you can do to help you through your depressive episode? Talk, like, if they're going through a depressive episode, tell them what works for you so that they can have ideas on how to deal with their own depressive episodes.
Try to stay engaged with people and stuff around you. Try to distract yourself. Like, sometimes I'm okay at distraction, other times not so much. Yeah, I don't know.
Talk to me.
Yeah, like I said, stay engaged with people around you. Pet your animals, play with your animals, stuff like that.
Distract yourself, like you said. What are some ways you distract yourself?
Play video games, listen to music, read sometimes. That one's harder to do.
Reading?
Yeah, because
it's kind of hard to concentrate.
Yeah, plus it puts you like deep inside your brain, and that's where I try to stay out of.
Mm-hmm. Staying out of bed.
Yeah.
That's one thing I know. You're kind of like that a little bit when you get depressive episodes, but I know when I get depressive episodes, holy crap, getting me out of bed is, yeah.
Yeah.
An adventure.
Yeah.
An adventure in Sleepyland. So we're kind of hopeful for the Vraylar.
Yep.
And we see our psychiatrist in early June, because she really is backed up. And you're going to talk about
med changes. Stopping trazodone. Well, I pretty much already stopped it, so.
Yeah, oh man, tell him about the trazodone.
So I stopped trazodone about 4 days ago. And to be honest, I've slept better other than last night, the past 3 out of 4 nights than I have in probably months since I restarted taking trazodone.
Yeah, it's weird. They originally gave him trazodone because it not only doubles as a antidepressant,
sleeping.
They also commonly use it for sleep, to help people sleep, and it was actually screwing up your sleep.
Yeah, it was. We think it was giving me some of the night terrors and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pretty much stopped that.
He'll get like his night terrors. They usually only last for a couple of seconds, but what happens is he'll suddenly wake up and he'll be startled and really like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and usually it ends up waking me up and I have to kind of like talk him through it. And it usually only takes a minute or two and he's back asleep. But getting night terrors like that and he would get them frequently throughout the night.
Yep.
And that's disrupting your sleep cycles, which is ruining your quality of sleep.
Oh, yeah.
But now that you haven't taken the trazodone for 4 days or 5 days?
4 or 5 days, somewhere in there.
Yeah, he hasn't been getting night terrors and he's been sleeping a lot better.
Yep.
It's like, what's up with that?
Pretty much.
Alright, so that's all we really have today. We're just going to catch you all up on what's going on with both of us. So
Yep.
We will hope you guys have a good weekend. We will probably see you Monday.
Yep.
Unless we make a video about the Vraylar during the weekend.
We might.
I might make a video if I start experiencing some side effects. Because it's a fairly new drug, and that way, you know, I can get information out to people who may also be trying Vraylar.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Tell them what I'm going through so they can know what to expect. Alright, so we will catch you guys later. You have a good one.
Have a good one.
Bye, friends.